I'm about to get out of here. Okay, it's photo opportunity time. Hold those high, gentlemen. The Dubs Garage on Podium. Give them a hand. In third place, Liam and Larry Howard. Second, Mark Balcombe, Brian Foster, and your winners of Early Modern, Alan Rowe and Steve Glennon. 3, 2, 1, go! Give them a hand, folks. That's the Early Modern Podium.
What tyres are you running today?
Tyres?
Yeah.
As in, what are we going to start the event?
Yeah.
Having that discussion now, we're talking about starting a couple of mediums on the front,
Yep.
twos on the rear. Obviously, depending on how wet it is.
Yep.
At this stage, this far out, it is a bit beginning.
Right. It was really seriously wet when you came up today, wasn't it?
Yeah, yes. Definitely.
The first day was probably one of the worst days I've ever raced. The weather at Buller and around Buller was on the wet side, on the foggy side. The actual run up Buller at the end of the day was probably the scariest thing that we've ever done, because Mark doesn't hang around, and we went scorching up Mount Buller. It was wet at the bottom, which is alright, we can race in the wet, but when we got to the foggy bit in the middle of Mount Buller, that really tests your nerve. And we scooted past two other cars in the fog, and I was glad to get to the top of the hill.
How far ahead could you see?
35 yards, 40 yards in places. And when you're doing 110, 120 k's an hour on a little narrow road like that, which is what you're doing when you're scooting, you soon cover that bit of ground and you're peering, looking for the next bit. Saturday was a good day for us. It's probably the best day we've ever had in the RX-7. We were 2 minutes 15 seconds behind Glennie and Rowe after Friday. We were 19 seconds behind the Howarths. So
Saturday was a dry day, fortunately, and we start at Marimba. Marimba is the stage down Mount Buller. So running at the front of the field, you don't have the luxury of saying, oh, we'll just take it easy in this one and you know, get ourselves together again. You've got to be right on it right from the start. We were right on it right from the start because we were the quickest in early modern down Marimba by 2 seconds. 2 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 2 seconds ahead of the opposition. 2 seconds eaten into their lead over us on the wet day. So that was really, really satisfying. In 2015, you can get an app onto a smartphone and you're getting results straight away. And our wonderful service crew were letting us know, hey, you did this, you did that, you did something else. You were 2 seconds ahead of Glennie, you were 2 seconds behind Glennie, you took time off the Howarths. So you're not sat there wondering how well we're doing, how well the opposition are doing. We had a 2-minute 19-second penalty on one stage, and you think, oh God, we've fluffed that. 2-minute 19-second penalty had us 6 seconds ahead of the opposition. And when you find that out sooner rather than later, then it puts the things in a perspective and it tells you that you are in fact doing well on the day. It was disappointing from a competitor's viewpoint. There was confusion at the start. The local police were saying, or the highway patrol police were saying that we weren't allowed to spin the wheels, we weren't allowed to go more than 60 k's an hour until we got to the first roundabout, which was confusing and has remained confusing because we're not sure where all this came from. We haven't had anything back from the organisers. Usually we've got a 3.5k squirt through the streets of Mansfield with crowds everywhere. This year it was 730 metres along the main street. We only had 2 corners to go around. Both of them were roundabouts. We went on the outside of 2 roundabouts. The main street itself was constrained by a hay bale on either side of the road, and it felt so narrow. It was like tunnel vision going down there, especially when you're doing 160 k's an hour. The available road seemed to get narrower and narrower as we went down. Having said that, we went down there in 32.9 seconds, so we were the 5th quickest car through Mansfield. Sunday was a remarkable day. We only found out as the day progressed, of course. But again, we started in Marimba. We weren't the quickest down Marimba on the Sunday. We were 4th quickest in early modern. It was a spectacularly warm day on Sunday, clear and lots of people around at Jamison Morning Tea. But then we went on to the Jamison stage. Jamison is a combination of Big River and I can't remember the name of the other one, but it's created a 41-kilometre stage. It is so exciting. We caught 4 cars on the Jamison stage, and one of them was a certain Mr. Bernie Webb right at the end, which was quite just makes you feel good. And we found out at lunchtime that we were the quickest in early modern on the Jamison stage, and then we were told we were quickest overall on the Jamison stage by a spectacular 11.1 seconds. And we were just over the moon. But I can tell you that from a navigator's viewpoint, running down that 41 k's was just so exhilarating. It's indescribable. But Mark did a brilliant job. He's just he knows that car inside out, and yeah, we achieved the time that we did.
And then the conclusion of the day, of course, was the climb back up the mountain.
The final run up Buller.
And that was a little easier than the climb on Friday.
Yes, indeed. It was easier in a couple of ways. So the weather was much clearer, of course, but because of the app and our knowing how far ahead of the third place team we were and how far behind the lead team we were, we knew that we couldn't catch the guys ahead of us. No matter what we did, we couldn't catch them. The only way we could catch them if they fell off the road or broke down. But by the same token, we knew that we didn't have to risk everything by driving as quick as we could up Buller to stay ahead of the guys in third. So we had a good talk to each other on the transport over to Buller, and determined that yeah, we still had to go up Buller, and we still had to be competitive going up Buller, but we didn't have to to drive as quickly as we possibly could to maintain our second place in Le Mans.